The scientific method is the method that all scientists use. A simple way to remember the steps to the scientific method is called O.P.E.C. The O stands for observation. When observing, we use our natural five senses to analyze, which are sight, smell, touch, sound, and taste. Obviously, we wouldn't use taste very often, since we can be working with dangerous and hazardous materials. That would just be bad. This next step to O.P.E.C. is P. P is for problem. It's time to use our observations to assess the situation. We have to figure out what the problem is. From here, we can move to the H for hypothesis. An important thing to remember when coming up with a hypothesis is that you must make sure that you can actually test it and that it can be proven false. So for example, you can't test something like ghosts because you can't exactly come up with an experiment for that. Next, you conduct the experiment. A few key terms to know when creating an experiment are control group, variables, dependent and independent. Then, finally, conclusion. What has been learned? What is your hypothesis? Has it been supported, or has your hypothesis been rejected? We will start with a control experiment. We have our clear liquid, water, and our powder, baking soda. If we combine these, we should see a chemical reaction. Sadly, the only thing she did was overfill the test tube. No chemical reaction at all. This is our control. Using the water as control, and next we'll use the baking soda as a variable. Good. Now it's time for an experiment. We have an observation. We have some white powder, and both of the liquids we have are clear. Well, we only have one, and it's not so clear, because we added food coloring to make it look not clear. Problem: how can we make these into something fun? There's our problem. We have a hypothesis. What happens if we put these two chemicals together? Probably a chemical reaction. Whoa! Our conclusion is that we had a chemical reaction. When the liquid hit the powder, it bubbled up and exploded out of the test tube.